Okay, so if we want to build a FastAPI, what we want to do first, let's git init, so we have a git repo. I can say gh repo create and run through this one. Great. Liz public yes origin. Cool. Alright, so now I've got a repo up. I'm going to touch server.py, and then I'm going to say python-m virtual, or sorry, venv to create a, no, it's Python 3, a virtual environment here. Yes, okay, cool. So now I've got a virtual environment and I can source env bin activate so that I am in a local environment here in this folder. Now I can pip install FastAPI and that will do it. Okay, I can say import FastAPI, and then here's where things get to be, oh no, wait, hold on. This is my, don't save. Go over here and I can say import FastAPI. So I've got GitHub Copilot on, and this is how I code with GitHub Copilot. Usually, I know I want to use FastAPI. I don't want to even open the documentation. So I'm just going to code with Copilot. I'll hit tab, accept this FastAPI thing, and then I know that it kind of knows the pattern. It's basically like Flask. Now, do I need to start it? I don't know. It doesn't seem like... Let's see, start the server. Okay, and then it gives me like literally some code that I can run. Now, I know with FastAPI I need this thing called Uvicorn, which is a server that makes things go fast with Python. It's a thing that runs server.py. So you've got to pip install Uvicorn. So pip install uvicorn. Cool. Alright, now it's installed. I'm going to paste this in. Looks like, yeah, it's server.py. So that's what this word means, server. And the app's called app. Cool, I'll hit enter. Alright, it says no module named FastAPI. Oh no. So maybe I say from FastAPI, or from FastAPI import FastAPI. Let's see if that does it. It worked, hooray. Okay, so it looks like that worked. There's some like complaints that it seems to have, but looks like, there we go, 127.001.8000. Let's take a look. Alright, it says hello world. Why did we use FastAPI for this? Because you can type docs here, and now you have documentation for your API. The nice thing about this is that you can click that, and it says, okay, read root, and then let me move my face here. It says like successful response, example value, and I can click try it out, and then I can click execute, and it will actually literally test my code for me. It will send a real request over to FastAPI, and actually if we look here in Visual Studio Code and you scroll down, you can actually see where this was me trying to go there, you know, with my browser, and then this was me going to /docs, and then there was a git openapi/json, and then there was a git to /, because that's the thing that I just tested. If I go back and I hit execute 3 times, I can then go back to VS Code and see that it ran 3 times. So I'm actually getting to run this example code. If you want to do something like, for example, let's say that you have, you know, a list of, like for your swamp biome, you know, and you have a list in there, and in there you have maybe some dictionaries, and in those you have like name, algae, and then you have another name, cattails. Cool. And so you've got like elements in your, you know, Cypress trees. Great. Thanks GitHub Copilot, suggesting things that go in a swamp. It's actually quite good at that kind of thing. So if you wanted to do something like that and keep other information about the algae, like the upgrade items or whatever in here, I could call this get swamp, and then save that. It'll restart my server. I can hit refresh on the docs, and now I can say, oh, there's get swamp/swamp, right? And I can click try it out, and I can execute, and then I get all the swamp biome here. So that's very helpful to me because I don't have to write any code to test this out. I don't have to like build a test harness or like make another program connect with this server to know that this server's working. It's just up. But the other nice thing about it is that, you know, if you just go to docs, you can actually see, it's right here. See where it says openapi.json? If you just click on that, your server came with this because we used FastAPI. This is part of the FastAPI library. It's not part of building API fast. It's part of this library in this package. And it just comes with this out of the box, the OpenAPI. So this thing can be sent over to a custom GPT. And GPTs can use an OpenAPI schema and can make requests to it if just given the schema. So if you define your backend in OpenAPI, in FastAPI, you get this, and then you can take it over to OpenAI and immediately use it in a custom GPT. And so that's like I've been talking for 7 minutes and 30 seconds, and there's your server. So it's a really quick setup, and I do recommend it. And then GitHub Copilot's also very good at deploy. So how do I deploy this server in one line to Google App Engine? And it will tell you. And so it says create an app.yaml, and this is what you would use. And then you'd say gcloud app deploy. And so it says, you know, make your app.yaml file look like this, and then gcloud app deploy. And you can ask what any of these things mean as well. So, yeah, and that's how you would deploy. I don't want to deploy because I've deployed too many of these, and so I need to like go through my Google Cloud and clean them out. So, but yeah, that's FastAPIs.